The Sivir ultimate allows you to have even more playmaking when that actualizer is realized for Showmaker later on. I think so much of this game is in the hands of Sponge in the side of Nongshim.
Stole his away though. And so now Lucid will be able to find him here. Level 6 for the Jarvan. Should mean that he will be able to win a fight up against Sponge. But he hits 6 now off that one little Raptor. And now's a Realm Warp coming in. There's the knockup onto Sponge as Showmaker turns up. Cataclysm onto Sponge. The flash out from Lucid to try and keep him alive as Showmaker is now looking for a Tempered Fate. And that's going to interrupt the ulti escape. And Sponge is dead. Korea moves over and will be able to help grab that first blood for Showmaker. Beautifully played here by Dplus.
Ghost comes out. The Tempered Fate denies the ultimate. And there's no escape.
Oh, well, now Showmaker's dead. Okay. Just barely didn't have his flash up and available. But Fate interruption, so playing that one very well was the support. Gets that roam first. Pop wasn't going to connect onto 2. Here towards the bottom side, barrier from Smash is trying to help out here, is on the hunt. Gives them that extra movement speed.
Venom right now as Kingan's forced to flash even as well.
Ulti traded for flash here, probably good for Xia, you could say, as Nongshim starting off this Drake will be able to take that one as Korea moving over to fight Taeun. As Lucid and Showmaker looking to try and find some stragglers. I don't know whether they'll be able to.
Just Dplus could not get enough control over the pit here, and Showmaker's Realm Warp is coming up just now. There, pushes him out of lane, it's on a plate, and are feeling really comfortable. As now all Dplus complete here for Nongshim. Sponge is up here.
Yeah, Xia maybe stepping a little far forward, does try to avoid some of that CC, but he's going to get smoked. Now looking to try and turn this one as he goes all out looking for Sponge. The rest of the team all turn up as well as the equalizer comes down. Xia is just fine as Kingan will be able to get a kill before he dies, but it looks like Xia will survive. So 1 for 1 here in this top side as everyone called all their mates.
Yeah, he can angle here, so I think he just has to hard push the bottom lane, and that's exactly what he's going to do. Now it's going to force a reaction.
Yeah, Tempered Fate is available as well, so Korea can take control of this if they'd like to.
I mean, they're just going to send him in.
Yeah, let's see whether it works. Cataclysm comes on down. There's the Tempered Fate to hold 2 in position as Scout and Taeun able to hold on, but Lucid just says, thank you very much. Highway robbery here as now the Weaver's Wall comes down. Showmaker trying to flash away, and he's going to be able to do so. That's a beautiful one.
Stuff.
Yeah, really nicely done. And now it's an Ocean Soul, and we're even on Dragons. Rift Herald now going to be what they're considering as Cosmic Binding does go wide, but Sponge taking a lot of damage, throws up the Aegis, and is going to be able to land that stun. Equalizer lands on top of Lucid quite nicely. Showmaker down to 50%, Flag and Drag gets Lucid out of there as Kingan still wants his fight, as it looks like Lucid going to be that target, and he will get taken down. Xiu now off to the side, wanting to try and grab one of these Nongshim members. They do get control vision of this full health Cassante, who's looking pretty dangerous. Seismic Shove not going to connect onto Career as now Showmaker taking a fair bit of damage. And it's just going to be the Rift Herald taken. It's kind of beautiful macro play on both sides.
Yeah, honestly.
As Nongshim just push them away, guarantee the Rift Herald, and they now might be able to get this outer turret in mid as well.
LCK is so good this year. It really is. It's actually so fun. So they basically, like I was saying before, okay, hold on, we're going to have Scout looking for a collapse.
Yeah, Showmaker. Oh, going to get shoved. So he's dead. That is beautifully played. Scout gave him no choice.
Showmaker's face on the player cam as well. So dies and loses Realm Warp.
Well, there's Magical Journey as Scout is going to be put into Golden Stasis. Then does flash away. Seismic Shove to hold on to Lucid here as now Sponge makes his way in. The Pantheon-Talia combo looking pretty good in the hands of Nongshim today as they will be able to take down this outer turret in the bottom lane.
Favor the Talia getting more money, by the way. She has a lot of money, 2,000 gold ahead of this Rise that Showmaker opted into. And, you know, those CS numbers for him, the average, I think is going to be going down quite heavily after this game. Lead is Scout, right? So this game still feels relatively playable here for Dplus. It's Ocean Soul. They're just going to give up a single dragon here and trade for what looks like eventually a turret for Showmaker. If you're Showmaker, you're like, this is the only play, right? Just sit and farm, scale up. We do have a lot of damage later on. We have a really, really robust front line.
Double tier. I think with Essence Reaver, it's a little bit more common, but looks like he's not going there this time. Just going to be going for a little bit more of a classic regular blue Ezreal. And We'll see what he's going to be grabbing third. Might just be Cyril. This is okay. Cataclysm comes in as out goes Lucid after losing most of his health bar. Weaver's Wall was there in exchange as teleport comes through from Shiu. Showmaker now off to the side as Scout going down relatively low. Shiu looking for the angle, gets the flash out, so Scout is going to be okay. Gets out of the Tempered Fate as well, but Sponge not going to be so lucky as the Seismic Shove does nothing at all. Kingin not even teleporting into this fight as Taeun below 50%, able to get control of mid-wave. Survive and holds onto the flash. Smash now with some Crystalline Overgrowth to explode, and that is going to be a very dead turret very quickly.
Get the TP out.
Yeah, Taeun moving in. There's on the hunt just to get out of there. Equalizer just going to be a red carpet to allow Smash to leave.
TP back for Shiu, who's coming over.
Yeah, he's got that big old shield to work with as well. Kingin still with his residual ears. Lucid flashes in. Great triple knockup as there's the Tempered Fate just to buy some space, but it's Sivir getting fed. There is the Dragon going over to Lucid. They'll take down Sponge as well as it's a double for the Sivir. We said the item spike was big, and it's now going to be even bigger as Nongshim just nothing to offer back.
Baron on this patch. Well, there's no equalizer for 4 seconds.
Yeah, and Smash does so much damage to this as well, but now Nongshim making their way in. Great Seismic Shove gonna catch. Shiu there is now Kingin looking for it. There's the knockup on Taeun as Lucid gets into the backline. Showmaker able to come on over and offer that damage, and Shiu just looking unkillable right now as Kingin really wants to take down these lower health bars. Somehow all of DK is still alive, by the way. No idea how that one works as they dive on forward and down goes Kingin.
Work, but actually it still gets caught by the shove as they are doing Baron live after Lehens.
Oh, Lehens did that thing where he died in the river because that led to a victory last week against Halma Life Esports. This time around, though, it won't lead to a victory, I don't think, because now DK will take Baron for free, and that is going to be all 5 members with the buff. Lehens doing Lehens things is not something that we ever discount, but there is a knockback. Oh, Shiu just picks him up, throws him back into the team, but the equalizer goes down. Sponge, the first one to die here, is now Lucid in the backline, looks for Taeun, the wall comes in, but Shiu is already down. Oh, Scout though, that is a big pickup, does have Magic Pen and now a Death Cap. So this Talia is going to be doing damage, throws down the wall now, looking for an angle towards Showmaker, who's going to be that first target. He does have the stasis, though, from Korea, whose bot has been so good today. By the way, into the backline goes Shiu. They do take down the Rise, as now Lucid and Shiu just trying to keep the rest of them at bay. Smash now needs to be wary of Sponge, so he will be taking him down first. And Shiu just kills Kingin? Where the heck did that come from? As Korea, Lucid, I don't know about that one. He does flag and drag, but he is still going to die. There is the Cosmic Binding onto Taeun. Korea, you need to be careful of those magical journeys. Not into it. It's one of those shows that you want to go to with a friend.
Ultimately, this does give Nongshim a little bit of space to potentially get Soul Point. Yeah, and I think they will get it.
They should be able to, down to 2,000, as Lucid not quite able to get in there in time. Let's see whether Nongshim can escape. That's the real question here, is now Korea looking to line up that Tempered Fate. They're all in that Banana Brush, as Shiu just looking to try and hold on to them.
It's easy to play, isolate single targets.
Level 19 Cassante, by the way, is it, like, that's a very large health bar.
He has Jack shows as well, so he doesn't really get hurt by things.
He's not really getting hurt by things. I'm seeing that. There is also a GA on Smash, so he's feeling pretty comfortable as well as Lehens looks for an angle onto Showmaker and does not find it. Gets a flash though, as now you've got Scout in so much trouble. That's just a cheeky cue from Showmaker. Looks for the Realm Warp, gets it, and then gets into that backline as now Kingin looking to try and barbecue Korea. He is definitely the only one that he can really get through in a quick manner as Sponge fails the flash and gets knocked into Timbuktu. And Kingin, he's running there. This is not exactly looking like the way he wants to go. Magical Journey is unnecessary as Kingin is defecting. The rest of Dplus just looking to try and end this game as a Tempered Fate going to come off cooldown and go into the Nether. And yes, Kingin just taking them on a merry chase.
I mean, Kingin's bought enough time here to where it looks like they're going to have to use the Baron to end rather than just be able to walk down as 5 and end the game.
Well, he is just going to die because you cannot just try and teleport away in front of a minion wave and a Bard. But the Baron, like you say, is going to be the option. That's not really a thing that we're really too worried about, as Turret going to be falling down towards that top side of the map. It's just the Winions making this one happen as the rest of DK looking to siege up bot and mid.
The top inhibitor's already under siege by minions alone. And it will go down eventually.
Yep. Korea making his way over here as Tempered Fate is going to snag onto the Nico. Lehens He is trying to pop Blossom, but he's still just going to die. Korea is going to be going down as well. Both supports are dead, but these ricochets, man, are tearing Nongshim apart. And Shiu looks like he's kind of immune to damage, which is not what you want to see on the enemy team. As Rumwop not going to be taken here from Showmaker. He just wants to take down these inhibitors, and all three of them just erupt in a moment. All of a sudden, it's our largest gold lead in the game as DK look to finish off these last couple of towers. Scout just getting hit by ricochets, that's it. And he's already down to 50%. Smash throwing away these boomerangs where he can.
And the cannon minions are really just chipping away. It's only a matter of time. They have to make some sort of play. They're sitting back.
Yeah, we got the zoom in here, just trying to work out what Nongshim can do about this.
They don't have equalizer for a few more seconds.
Oh, Shiu goes in. There's a Weaver's Wall from Scout, just trying to take control of the situation. Lucid goes in, then he's out. As Sponge, speaking of which, he's going to go out via the Death Chamber, or at least via his GA for now. Taeyoon being held onto here by Showmaker is on the other side of the fight. Smash is completely safe. Shiu might be taken out. Never mind. He is a mega tank, and he is not going to be dying here as Showmaker goes golden, and the Nexus goes down. Dplus Kia. An incredible late game performance.
I look at these two drafts and I'm like, okay, this game is going to be a one-sided game. I don't think there's any way this game is close. It's either the composition of Dplus Kia gets ahead early, snowballs things, running the map with Showmaker fed on the Zoe.
And DK on their last legs here in this bottom lane, but will keep themselves alive for now.
Critically Smash did not have to flash, so that's a summoner spell advantage for the AD carry. Same is true of Lehens, but AD carry having that often feels a lot better. As Nocturne's coming down here, but Sponge is not alone. How quickly can he take Smash out is the question.
Yeah, that's the big deal. Zenith Blade is going to connect, and that means that there is a kill going over to Lehen. Sponge gets out of turret range, though, as Lucid looking to try and chase him down. He isn't going to be able to quite find the angle there. Lucid takes himself a cannon. This top side, level 6 is about to be gained, or at least half a level away for both of our top laners.
Okay, now we have the big group up for Dplus and a Randuin's.
Yeah, there's a hook to start this one off as Eclipse is getting some work done. There's the flash out, but Lehens just pops like a balloon. Down goes the Kiana, though, in response as Sponge will get stunned up. Paddlestar is going to get spell shielded nicely. There's the flash in from Showmaker, picks up the kill, and then steals a flash to get out. Now Taeyoon's dead as well as the hail of arrows rains down, and DK moved to 3-2.
Career hits this hook. Career having a great day.
Yeah, is it Korea POM? Like, what's happening here?
Might be.
Portal jump here from Showmaker gets him back to where he doesn't want to be. Now Lucid having to bounce his way out, but that's not going to work. And Sponge and Scout making it work once again.
Smash without cleanse here. Does have his flash.
Yeah, Lehen's going to start this one up. Can tank for a while with that Eclipse running, but Career is moving forward. Lehen's is very dead, and Smash is actually alive. So just a dive that isn't really what they were looking for. Taeyoon just walking away on fire right now, but Sponge is moving in. Career looking worse for wear now as the Nocturne looking to make his way down, and Lucid wanting to get this one done is going to show up. Smash at 100 health, though, needs to be very careful as there's a piercing arrow connecting onto Taeyoon. Career likely to die as there's a paranoia. He goes in. Sponge looking to try and make his way out. Dustbringer might be able to speed him up, but Showmaker is rotating down. There is that cue to come on forward, and so Sponge is going to make it to the darkness. To rotate down, doesn't have Paranoia up and available, and Supreme Display of Talent is there for Lucid now that he has hit that level 6. Looks like it is just going to be grab one of the grubs and then move on with your life, or at least could be, but he's discovered that there's no one coming, so he's just going to be able to take all three most likely.
Sponge still doesn't have his Paranoia, so I think he feels pretty safe if he's tracking that ultimate, and also the fact that there's no one really nearby. End up being able to save his smite for the final one, complete that item with the gold lead he picked up with the 2 kills. And it's going to be relevant if there were to be a fight. This is going to be the Dragon going over to Nongshim here, no contest. Lucid is too far away. Yep. Just not interested in this.
As much as he can, as he does get into the Phalite there. Anchor is not quite going to connect. There is the Paranoia coming down as Showmaker. Let's see whether he can get out of this. Hence is no. Bubble does connect, but yeah, if the bubble lands and there's no one there to pop it. Continuing, minions are running out as now Lehens moves over. Lucid diving on forward. Does try and save his control ward, but isn't going to be able to do so. There's the flash in from Lehens. They get the Solar Flare onto Lucid, and Korea realizes he's not going to be able to help here. There's the Arc of Judgment. And Taeyoon able to take down the Kiana. Flash out, Chains of Corruption there from Smash just to keep his support alive. It's coming up. that it could be better as Chains of Corruption are going to come out. Solar Flare is going to hold on to Career as Lehens uses him to taxi his way out. There is a hook connecting, but Taeyoon's going to make his way in. And that might be a bridge too far here as Scout is rotating down and Career is very, very dead. There's an angle under Scout, but the Supreme Display of Talent is not exactly named well. And Paranoia comes in. Sponge takes the kill under Lucid, and he's dead for the 4th time.
Yeah, and this gold lead for the Varus is diminishing rapidly as I think this game may be on its last legs here for Dplus. I know we're only 12.5 minutes in, but this needs to work here for Dplus.
Yeah, definitely does. They're going to start it. Kingen gets underneath his turret here as Needlework has already been used. See whether Xiu does find the angle. That's a great use of the public execution, but he's still going to be dead because DK just sent everyone.
I mean, Dplus have figured it out, okay? They're like, Smash is the win con, he's the one who's ahead. They played through on the offside, they made some mistakes there, but they know where their bread is buttered. In this game, they're like, okay, it wasn't working well, Smash gonna have to cleanse here. Yeah,
immediate cleanse does come on down as he throws out the ulti. Scout moves in though, and boom goes the Varus. Showmaker now looking for a bit of an angle as Career is in position. That is a very dead Aurora. And she will go down. Xiu now also able to take the top outer turret, and Rift Herald will be secured by DK.
This is such a bizarre game state because, you know, I was making the joke about how they're like, okay, well now it's the top lane Gwen that's the win con, let's play through that, but it actually worked, and that's what we're going to see here in this replay. Showmaker teleport does come through, and they end up getting the kill on Scout as we're having a fight here.
Yeah, Lehens is in no man's land one more time, does get stunned up by the Kiana, and he will be going down. Xiu is able to snip him up. And that is a dead Leona one more time. Lucid also now with the smite onto the Raptor camp.
And I think we've already kind of reached the point where Dplus can't 5v5 without a crazy wombo as wombo.
Yeah, Xiu is not quite allowed to be here. Does use the flash, but there's the public execution, and down will go the Gwen. Does have a few snips in him, but it's not going to quite work out. So that is a Gwen on the floor. Wave 20 seconds on this Dragon. Looks to be the next port of call as far as the fight is concerned, and DK probably don't want to give this one away for free, but there goes the Paranoia. Sponge gets on in there, the flash out from Lucid, but I don't know whether he's going to survive. He does get the ulti down, but Smash is not going to live through this one, and all of them just take a nap. Lucid, Showmaker, and Smash dead in the blink of an eye.
And that's Baron here for Nongshim, and Taeyoon didn't even really have to do anything. He's like, I'm ready to clean up the kills. They were already on the floor from the combo there as we saw the final ultimate from Career hits Taeyoon, and Taeyoon's in the air like, okay, but the fight is done. Thanks for the effort, though, as Xiu, it looks like he wants to trade this for a Dragon consolation prize here. Yeah, at best for Dplus, but
I think they will at least be able to get that. But
Scout is like, cool, I'll just take the turret. So I think that's a little bit more valuable than Ocean Soul Point team.
Well, they were dead, Wolf. That's the unfortunate reality, and so is Showmaker.
They got a turret +1 Showmaker, and then a mid turret as well.
Yeah, Nongshim are really starting to run away with this game, and you pointed out already, it's whoever sort of starts to get a lead is likely to be able to balloon it. I think DK's answer is, let's just keep starting fights and seeing what we can get done. There's the Paranoia. They're looking to try and turn it here. Solar Flare not quite going to connect, but it doesn't really matter as the Kiana is just dead. Some needlework out onto Scout here as the snipes are starting to come on through. Taeyoon trying to fight back here. Gets the knock-up, does Career. And now Xiu looking for that angle. The Arc of Ruin is going to slow him up. And it's just so difficult to make something happen. Public execution snatches him out of the air. My God, that was cool from Kingen. Nice. And Showmaker just takes his 5th death of the game.
Okay, I've got enough burst. I got the sleep, and he pops.
Well, Paranoia comes down. The inner turret is already dead. Flash out from Xiu. The rest of the team are going to show up, though, as DK look to try and fight this one back. Kingen rotating down. Solar Flare is fantastic, and the Gwen is not immune. Slurkle comes in, but doesn't get too much joy here as DK with one missing, trying to continue fighting this one out, but Scout in with a great stasis with his Zhonya's, and Smash just has to cleanse to get himself to safety, leaves the rest of his team in the dust, and Nongshim, I think, are just going to put an end to this game and bring us to a game number 3.
We knew it was going to be one-sided from the draft. We just didn't know which direction, but some arrogance, I feel, in some of those bottom side plays from Dplus. Some backfires, and a complete snowball rolls down the hill as Sponge runs away with the game on this Nocturne.
Yeah, Sponge playing a fantastic game this time around, but Nongshim ultimately just getting it together. I think Top side of the map definitely playing well, but it's the mid-jungle today for Nongshim that are definitely looking the best. Even in game number 1, looking fantastic there despite the result. I mean, that's a classic.
The golden
into the Akali
CC button. And yeah, into Akali. Amazing as well. His ultimate value is going to be pretty high in this draft.
Does mean that they don't have a lot of magic damage, as Twisted Fate isn't exactly oozing damage, but...
And he has... His ultimate is practically a teleport, so there's a lot of different setups you can use with it as well.
Smash seeing what he can find here is Nongshim playing very aggressively with their positioning. Ebb and Flow working out quite nicely, though, as DK do have the sustain advantage in this lane. Nongshim certainly with the early damage potential, especially as level 2 does come through. Bailout, things like this start to really make it difficult. As Nongshim, what are we doing here? This is kind of crazy. They're underneath the turret. Lehens is dead, but so is Smash. And so they deny so much of the farm.
Yeah, that ends up being pretty worth here, ultimately. He's going to put him in a significant CS advantage. Dragon. So for Dplus, they're on the back foot technically, but they're kind of supposed to be for right now. We'll see what happens again when those ults come online and how they can coordinate team fights and single target CC and the blow-up damage that Smash holds. Because if they can get him ahead, he gets his first item online, starts farming, starts pushing the Callista out of the mid lane, and Dplus have a real fighting chance in this game. But the grubs are being taken, Prio in mid and top side, and the bottom lane is still Nongshim controlled. Nongshim are really starting to pull ahead now.
Well, Lucid will be able to steal away one of the grubs. That is something, as Smash trying to get some work done. Hostile takeover comes in, and Smash is going to help take down Korea. That is going to be the Ren pulled out, and Taeyoon going up to 2-0. Cease and desist in the meantime, though, onto Sponge. A lot of damage there as the burst is enough to take him out. Xiu now looking to move on over as Kingin wants to get involved in the fight, as there is this... not the Supreme Display, the perfect execution from Scout, but he will be going down, and Lucid somehow survives as Kingin not able to get his boomerang to go far enough, and now Xiu able to dash over that wall. Showmaker does still have the flash, and he flashes over the boomerang to lock down Kingin and take him out.
Certainly a big sigh of relief for Dplus fans after that one.
With a massive gold advantage, does have his Rod of Ages now completed, and now the Destiny comes in. Gate comes down as well, as the Wildcard's doing a fair bit of work. There's a tidal wave to lock down too. The bubble is there as well, and they just evaporate at the hands of Dplus.
Yeah, very clean setup again from Dplus.
To get out of the way.
Little emote to remind everyone that, you know, he was hoping that one a little bit different.
Yeah. Scout
on a flank here, but I don't know if he could really accomplish much. Hoping for the Shock Blast, I suppose, follow-up.
Yeah, does manage to find the Shuriken backflip there, but Lucid is going to be absolutely fine.
Set it up.
And it was max value for everything in that moment as well, as now Gold Card onto Scout. Lucid once again going to catch him gorgeously with the Vault Breaker, but this time, this time he's going to go down, but it's a trade 1-for-1.
We'll definitely follow up here with the tidal wave backup. Showmaker gets almost the entire turret.
It's kind of ridiculous, the amount that they had there, as Xiu gets the pullback. There's the ulti. This time King is not able to avoid it, as Sponge is moving up, but there's the kill solo for Xiu, and Sponge doesn't want anything of it. Relentless pursuit to get out of the way of Lehens. Hostile takeover comes in, but it's another wave, and this time it's from Korea, as Taeyoon does manage to dodge out of the way. He's got the bailout, but it is not going to be enough, and it's a 2v2 win for the Lucian Nami in the bottom lane.
Buy some space with the hammer, as we're not done yet.
Yeah, Smash is dead, ladies and gentlemen. There is the Hammer to the Skies. A teleport came in from Kingin as well. Smash was very dead.
The Malphite, you know, his losses looked pretty bad. We're like, ooh, I don't know if this does anything. But in this, it's feeling like it's doing a lot, even in a negative game state. Let's see if we can do a lot in this fight.
Yeah, Smash getting so much work done, as there's the tidal wave to get a massive amount of value itself. Fate's Call does come in to keep Lehens alive, as the bailout is not enough. And it's 2 for Smash. He does get taken out here by Scout, though. The perfect execution is pretty good, but Showmaker finds the gold card, and Xiu is going to be able to find the kill, as Scout's out of buttons and out of chances. King in there on the bottom side, trying to get something back, but it's another one-team fight for DK.
Yeah, DK picking up 4 on this one, putting their gold lead into 3,000. Buzzwords would say, oh, I got him, but does not necessarily really feel like a good thing. King in here, desperate now on the 1v2.
Yeah, Gold Card gonna get the flash out for it, and a point-blank culling from Smash. Try and lock down King, and he's very dead. That's gonna be the kill over to Showmaker, thanks to the Lich Bane. As Nongshim looking for the cross map here in the mid lane, they should be able to get it with the help of the Rift Herald, as it's now down exceptionally low. Turret will be taken, but now Xiu is in for the wraparound, looking for that angle.
He's just gonna say, you know what, back away. I'm gonna grab plate gold. She will not follow the order to back away, in fact.
Well, the rest of the team are making their way over. There's the knock-up with the help of the tidal wave and with Xiu there with the passive. And they will be able to put Lehens in the bubble. They take him down, and now Lucid is fighting the rest of them, and this time he's going to stay alive. Ulti comes forward from Xiu, but Sponge, oh no, the gold card, and that's going to spell his demise. 2-0-5 now for the Zahan, but 8-0-5 for Showmaker on the Twisted Fate.
Yeah, Showmaker, I mean, when you see that damage hit, the chunks are huge. Like, he is actually so fed. You can basically just clear waves instantly as well, so he is just going to be able to freely push sides, which he's been doing so much of. By the way, they won that fight in that skirmish without his ultimate. It's online now, and maybe we'll see it collapse onto... I mean, look at this damage already. Scout has Merc Treads. Tier 3.
Well, there is the Destiny once again. Spots where everyone's going, but gets the teleport out and says, all right, Kingen, welcome to the lane.
Career, like Sadami, as we've pointed out multiple times, Xiu
is going to struggle to hold on to his passive, I think, in this play. Let's see how he can actually do, and it looks like he's not going to be able to offer anything back. Down he will go.
Let's see what the
didn't actually have the passive available.
I know I always talk about this, but like it just ends up being true. But
Lucid is the same level as Scout. This is kind of ridiculous.
Scout, run.
Yeah, Cease and Desist will come on forward. And yeah, I don't think the execution is all that perfect, and Showmaker is going to pick it up. That's a Lich Bane proc, and that is a dead Akali. As the rest of DK now looking for an angle. The Destiny, the gate, that's what's coming on forward here as they're looking to lock down Sponge before anything else happens. As Taehoon might be able to take down Smash, and he does. Hostile Takeover is going to connect, but Xiu is still so dangerous. There is the knock-up, and the bailout is not going to do anything at all. It's the Nami that locks up Taehoon, and Lehens is now in no man's land. Kingen still hasn't really been involved in too much so far this game, but does manage to at least get a wave shoved in. And there's the pullback. She is going to be able to lock down the Renata.
Stealer at 14 stacks is a bargain, as Nongshim are just going to take their own desperation Baron here and say, look, you'll have to 5v5 us if 5v5 us if all 5 of us are on this Baron, so come and do it.
Destiny comes in, spots Kingen looking for Showmaker here. Does get on top of him as the rest of DK are going to show up. Lucid gets into the pit, a teleport forward from the Zahan as well as Sponge. Takes so much damage from that culling. Hostile Takeover does absolutely nothing at all as the bubble is fantastic. Lucid goes in, just punches the Renata to death, and Taehoon then has no option. He did have the bailout running, but it's not actually going to do anything at all. It's a double kill here for the jungler from DK. Sponge gonna go down as Career finishes him off, and Kingen versus Showmaker wasn't looking great for Kingen on the outset, and now Xiu's going to show up as well. There is the gold card, and down will go the Gnar. That's Baron, that's a clean ace, and DK, they're looking like they'll get revenge after game 2. Let them know that they've done a great job. Said Smash, really good job there as well, dashing forward, playing aggressively. And DK definitely have been playing aggressively in this one. Well, Shuriken backflip, not really doing too much here as, yeah, inhibitor turret will go down. Kingen looks for the angle with the ulti, but Xiu is just going to shrug that one off. And 2-level advantage here for the top laner as well. I mean, this game is very much out of Nongshim's hands now. It's going to require a big mistake here from DK. As Lucid, not going to let that one happen as Xiu decides to dash in. Let's see what they can actually find. Double pullback as the ulti comes down as well. The Destiny comes on in, and down will go the Gnar. Scout looks for the backline, but Showmaker is going to try and hold him in position. And God, the damage is repugnant from DK. Another swift ace, and they will be walking away with another victory here in the LCK Cup.
Thank you, Nongshim, says Showmaker, for letting me put the final pages in the book. The Death Note is complete. Dplus will close it out in a 2-1 fashion. Nongshim looking for the sweep, but they could not get any steam in that final game.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.